जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंगो गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जी की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंगो श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंगो श्री श्री राधा नयननाथ जी की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीलापरिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचशिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीलापरिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचशिला भक्ति दैता माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीलापरिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचशिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंसा शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवरे की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रजमंडल की जय। जय श्री नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जी की जय। जय श्री विश्व वैष्णव राज सभा की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरु श्री जुता पदकमला श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. We are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Now Brahma came to Priyavrata Maharaj and he's giving him knowledge that we are all, I, Brahma, Shiva, everyone, we are under the control of Supreme Lord. Yesterday we heard, my dear Priyavrata, according to our association with different modes of material nature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives us our specific bodies and the happiness and distress we achieve. He is giving the fruit, not forcefully imposing these things. But according to our previous sections, we get particular body and worldly happiness and distress. One must therefore remain situated as he is and be conducted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exactly as a blind man is led by a person who has eyes with which to see. So according to our karma, we have to be regulated by Supreme Lord. We have to do our duties accordingly. Then that will be good. Then we can advance like one blind man following someone who can see. So that will be beneficial for him. Muktopi tavat bibriyat swadeham arabdam ashnan abhimana shunyaha yatanu bhutam pratyatanidraha kim tvanya dehaya guna na vrinkte. Even if one is liberated, he nevertheless accepts the body he has received according to his past karma. That is here, that is Jivan Mukta, one who is liberated while in this body still. So here it is written, Swadeham Arabdam Ashnan, that aprarabdha karma may be destroyed, but prarabdha, that which already has started, arabdam, he has to still enjoy. Without misconceptions, however, he regards his enjoyment and suffering due to that karma the way an awakened person regards a dream he had while sleeping. Because he is liberated, he without misconceptions. Abhimana Shunya. We are singing that song. Nityananda Prabhu is going without Abhiman. Means without false ego. He regards his enjoyment and suffering due to that karma the way an awakened person regards a dream he had while sleeping. Means it is going on, but it is not me. I'm not this. Because he's already liberated, he's in soul platform. So what is going on with the body, he's only observing, but not misidentifying with. He thus remains steadfast and never works to achieve another material body under the influence of the three modes of material nature. He can be steadfast. If you are still identifying, then you will want some these worldly enjoyments. But he already knows this is not good. Like few years back when I was in India, in Kolkata, in Bagbazar Gauriya Math, established by Prabhupada Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, there I spoke with Srila Bhakti Sundar Sannyasi Maharaj. He told in between, I have decided I will not take another more birth. I don't want. But how he spoke, it was very inspiring. That means steadfastness. One who already realized himself in relation to Krishna, then what is the use of going on with this material existence? That is no use. Like a dream. Bhayam pramatasya vaneshu apisyat yatah sa aste saha sat sapatnaha jitendriyasyatma rater buddhasya grihashramah kim nu karot yavadyam. Even if he goes from forest to forest, one who is not self-controlled must always fear material bondage because he is living with 6 co-wives. The mind and knowledge-acquiring senses, yes, 6 wives. Even householder life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied learned man who has conquered his senses. So this is the point. Internal disposition is important. Someone may go to forest or to Vrindavan or to the temple mat, but he is not self-controlled. So he will be in bondage. He cannot control his senses. But someone who is in household life, but he is engaged in the service of Krishna, he is liberated. And that household does not do any harm to him. It is favorable for his devotion. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, this is the sole criteria why some devotees stay in household life, some renounce it. If it is favorable for devotion, they remain. If it becomes unfavorable, then they give up. But household in itself is not bar, not obstacle, not problem. Problem is only our attitude. If we want to serve Krishna or we want to enjoy this world. Once our Padmanabha Maharaj, he was also telling this, that our Gurudev told to one brahmachari, wherever you will go, because he wanted to go. Yes, he came to Gurudev and he said, I don't like in this mat, I want to go to that mat. Then Gurudev understood everything, but he said, yes, okay, you may go, because he had some ulterior desires. He wanted to enjoy something there or get more money. But Gurudev, anyway, he said, yes, you may go. But then same problem happened there, because same nature he took over there. He was saying, here I'm getting some problems, so I want to go to another mat. And Gurudev understood that this is not the problem of the mat, but his enjoying spirit. So then, same thing he got there, then he understood. So then our Padma Maharaj explained, our swabhava, our nature we take with us. Unless we change our nature, only changing the place will not work. He said, even you may go to Vrindavan, to Radhakund, Govardhan, or any holy place, but if you take this enjoying spirit nature with you, then there you will get problem. There you will be in Maya. Maya is everywhere. She's giving opportunities because we want. But if we want Krishna, then Krishna also is everywhere. Yah sat sapatnan, yes, here it is. You carry with you knowledge acquiring senses, eyes, ears, tongue, skin, nose, and your mind. You carry with you, and if you did not control, then there you will want to enjoy. Yah sat sapatnan vijigishamano griheshu nirvishyayateta purvam atyeti durgashrita urjitarin kshineshu kamam vicharet vipaschit. One who is situated in household life and who systematically conquers his mind and 5 sense organs is like a king in his fortress who conquers his powerful enemies. After one has been trained in household life and his lusty desires have decreased, he can move anywhere without danger. So before, in 3rd canto, Kapil Bhagavan was speaking so much against this household life. Prahlad Maharaj also spoke so much against, we were hearing, and everyone, but that is, and here they are saying it is good, because you can regulate yourself for gradual advancement. So it depends on your disposition and your qualification, how to do. And there Bhaktivinoda Thakur told, when one is properly trained in household life, and he controls his lust, anger, greed, and everything, and gets attachment to Krishna, then in some cases, some will be called to ascetic ashram for preaching, but not necessary for everyone. In household, he may remain till the end of his life and do bhajan, and Krishna will be satisfied. And he can preach also from household. That is, our Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, he read one commentary by Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Sansaraj Thakur in relation to that Kurma Vipra in South India. He wanted to go with Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu said, no, you remain here in house and you always chant Harinam, and also you preach to others from household. Whomever you meet, you preach about chanting Harinam. In this, you follow this my order, you become Guru, and again you will get my association here. So there, Prabhupada commented, it is not necessary that for preaching one has to become brahmachari or sannyasi. He can do from house, but he should have such nishta in practice, and then he can also help others. Our Gurudev also told, I heard from him directly, he said householders also, they can do good to society, they can preach. He said, I also came that Radha Mohan Prabhu, he inspired me so much in Gwalpara, one household devotee, Prabhupada's disciple. And his house was very pure, Gurudev told, sanctified, like a temple. He was worshipping Radha Krishna and only taking prasad, no any other anti-devotional activities was very sacred, that place. Gurudev used to go there and hear Harikatha and get guidance when he was young. Tvam tvabja nabangri saroja kosha durgashrito nirjita sat sapatnaha bhunkshveha bhogan purushati dishtan vimukta sangah prakritim bhajasva. Lord Brahma continued, my dear Priyavrata, seek shelter inside the opening in the lotus of the feet of the Lord, whose navel is also like a lotus. Thus conquer the 6 sense organs, means the mind and 5 knowledge-acquiring senses. Accept material enjoyment because the Lord extraordinarily has ordered you to do this. You will thus always be liberated from material association and be able to carry out the Lord's orders in your constitutional position. That is Yukta Vairagya. It is here. Not mentioned that verse. I think before it was. 1 second. I saw that verse somewhere. Yes, this verse. Rupa Goswami wrote, Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatarham Upayunjataha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagya Muchate. Means Vishayan, or material affairs or material enjoyment necessities, should be accepted without attachment, and everything should be dovetailed with the service of the Lord. That is real intelligence. Becoming a family man or king in the material world is not harmful if one accepts everything for Krishna's service. That necessitates clear intelligence. Also, we have example our Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. He was doing bhajan there in Navadip, Mayapur. 3 lakhs chanting Harinam daily, whole day chanting, and only eating little from the ground, like tapasya. Like this, going on all the time. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote him one letter that you will have to preach and also establish educational institutions and all this, he wrote. And also you will not collect money and people and all these articles for your own sake. Only for the service of Krishna you will collect these things. Don't give up this service to Mayapur of preaching for the sake of your secluded bhajan. Means you should not do secluded bhajan, nirjan bhajan, but you have to preach. And many things you will have to collect, but that you will use for the service of Krishna, not for your own self. Then he followed the order. Both Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gaur-Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ordered him to preach. And then he was doing bhajan, and I heard now from Srila Bhakti Good Bodhayan Gosai Maharaj in Vienna that Prabhupada was thinking, if I want to preach, then first I have to be example. I have to practice myself. Then only I can inspire others. So that is why he was chanting. 10 years he was chanting 3 lakhs daily, showed by his own example. Then first Gorkishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur disappeared. Then he was I was thinking I will preach and inspire people, but I will bring them to the shelter of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur disappeared. Then after that he was thinking, okay, I will bring new people to Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Then Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj also disappeared. Then he was like discouraged. Now what is the use of my preaching? If someone I will inspire, then who will give them shelter? Now both shelters they left. So then he gave up this idea of preaching. No, I will not preach. So I will continue with this bhajan, chanting Harinam, and I will go to Vrindavan, and at the end of, till the end of my life, I will do bhajan, chanting all the time. Then they appeared, Panchatattva, and all Guru Parampara appeared, and Mahaprabhu said, no, this is not a good idea, that you will go to Vrindavan. You have to preach. And by our order, Mahaprabhu said, yes, Prabhupada said back, but who will give them shelter? Those new persons, who will give them shelter? Both shelters, they disappeared. Who will give them shelter? Then Mahaprabhu said, by my order, you will have to give them shelter. Then he had to obey this order. It happened for both, for Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also was thinking, I will go to Vrindavan to do bhajan. And he wanted to take permission from Shiva, Tarkeshwar Mahadev in Bengal, very famous. But Shiva told him, no, you have to do hair work in Navadip. So much work is to be done here. You have to do. Then he did. Prabhupada also was thinking, but Mahaprabhu said, no, you will have to spread this, my teaching and Mayapur and everything. So he did. But he showed by example, though he is Nitya Siddha, eternally perfected soul, but he showed by example that without practicing yourself, you cannot preach to others. So here, if one is doing bhajan in household life, then gradually he can conquer all his senses and mind and everything, and then he will be like a king. There is no danger. King in fortress. Then after that, he can move anywhere without any danger. In house, outside, anywhere. Yes, and this verse says, you accept material enjoyment because the Lord extraordinarily has ordered you to do this. Then it is His will, it is His prasad. You will thus always be liberated from material association and be able to carry out the Lord's orders in your constitutional position. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also played the pastime of being household devotee. He is Kamala Manjari from Golok Vrindavan. But he played the pastime of householder so that he could associate with other householders and help them according to their situation. Yes. Bankshi, Krishna's flute. In Vrindavan is flute. But he appeared as Bankshi Badan Nanda Thakur. And he was household, he had children. They are doing what Krishna wants. Yes, here, this is what I told before. Kurma Bipra, he was telling, I want to go with you. Then Mahaprabhu said, no, you stay in your house, you always chant Harinam. And then he told this, Kobuna badibe tomar bishai taranga, punarapi ei thai pabe mor sanga. You will never be bound by these worldly things. You'll never be bound if you follow this instruction, always chanting. And again you will get my association at this very place. There are two meanings. One is Mahaprabhu then went to tour more South India, West, like this, and then came again. He again came to his house. And another is, if you follow the order of Mahaprabhu, then actually you are in his association. Not physical proximity is association, but following his instruction. That is the point. Then you will get his association. Dhruva, he met his Gurudev in his life only one time. But he completely followed the instruction of Narad Goswami and got ultimate goal of life, perfection. Saw Gurudev only once. But there are many who are staying near Guru or Vaishnava, but to exploit them. Like bugs, they are drinking the blood from the body of sadhu. They are very close to him, proximity, but they're thinking to suck the blood. Sadhu is thinking about Krishna, but they're thinking about blood. So they are not associating with sadhu. But those who are far away, but following the order of sadhu and serving Krishna, they are actually associating. Shri Shuka Uvach. Iti sama bhihito mahabhagavato bhagavatastri bhuvana guror anushasanam atmano laguta yavanata shirodharo badam iti sabahu manam uvaha. Shri Shukadev Goswami continued. After thus being fully instructed by Lord Brahma, who is the spiritual master of the three worlds, Priyavrata, his own position being inferior, offered obeisances, accepted the order, and carried it out with great respect. That his disciple has to do. Bhagavan api manuna yatavat upakalpita pachitihi priyavrata naradayor avishamam abhi samiksha manayor atmasam avastanam avan manasam kshayam avyavahritam pravartayan agamat. Lord Brahma was then worshipped by Manu, who respectfully satisfied him as well as he could. Priyavrata and Narada also looked upon Brahma with no tinges of resentment, like no anger or complaint. Having engaged Priyavrata in accepting his father's request, Lord Brahma returned to his abode, Satyaloka, which is indescribable by the endeavor of mundane mind or words. Even this highest planet in material universe within, we cannot comprehend with these gross human senses and mind. That is more subtle. What to speak then of Biraja, then Brahmajyoti, then Vaikuntha Goloka, that is more fine. So Manu is son of Brahma, and his son is Priyavrata. So Manu wants that he should procreate. That is the order of supreme. So Brahma came to encouraged him, you follow the order of your father. And Narad was not angry, no one was angry. But later we will see in 6th canto, Narad made some sons of Daksha, means all his sons, he diverted them. Why you should create this further children, this no benefit, only suffering you will give them. You have to worship Supreme Lord. Then they all became sannyasis. They did not enter into household life. Manur api parenaivam prati sandita manorataha surarshi vara nu mate natmajam akila dhara mandala stiti guptaya astapya swayam ati vishama vishaya visha jala shaya upararama. Swayambhuva Manu, with the assistance of Lord Brahma, thus fulfilled his desires. With the permission of the great sage Narad, he delivered to his son the governmental responsibility for maintaining and protecting all the planets of the universe. He thus achieved relief from the most dangerous, poisonous ocean of material desires. Yes, here it is written in commentary by Srila A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj. Swayambhuva Manu was practically hopeless because such a great personality as Narad was instructing his son Priyavrata not to accept household life. Now he was very pleased that Lord Brahma had interfered by inducing his son to accept the responsibility for ruling the government of the universe. Here, another significant statement is that Swayambhuva Manu took great satisfaction from abnegating the responsibility for ruling all the planetary systems of the universe. Means that is for the time being only, but after you have to give up this responsibility, and he was very happy that now he can release himself from this responsibility and he can do bhajan. At present, politicians are very eager to take charge of the government, and they engage their men in canvassing from door to get votes to win the post of president or a similar exalted office. On the contrary, however, herein we find that King Priyavrata had to be persuaded by Lord Brahma to accept the post of emperor of the entire universe. Similarly, his father, Swayambhuva Manu, felt relieved to entrust the universal government to Priyavrata. Thus, it is evident that the kings and executive heads of government in the Vedic age never accepted their positions for sense enjoyment. Such exalted kings, who were known as Rajarshis, ruled only to maintain and protect the kingdom for the welfare of the citizens. The history of Priyavrata and Swayambhuva Manu describes how exemplary responsible monarchs performed the duties of government with disinterest, keeping themselves always aloof from the contamination of material attachment. And also I heard from our Gurudev, before the kings, they would give up their full position and go to forest alone to do bhajan, because the time of death will come. Then the messengers of God of death will come. If you are very much attached to your property and relations and money position, then you will have to suffer so much. They will take you forcefully, but because of attachment, you will have to suffer so much. But so they voluntarily gave up everything and went to forest, and they were eating fruits and roots and drinking water. And when the time of death came, they were happily going. They said, yes, I have nothing, you take me. I'm alone, you take me. Like this, happily they would give up body. And they're doing bhajan. But it is different for mat. Like once they told to Prabhupada, you are very old. Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. You are very old, you release yourself from this management of the mat. You chant Harinam and do bhajan. Then he said, no, how I can give up service? This is Radharani's service. She thinks I have to maintain the household of Krishna. Everything is my responsibility. I have to serve him in all ways. So this is not like management of some worldly things. It is management of Krishna's service. So I cannot give up this service. That is different, because in the mat there is Diti Seva, there is Vaishnav Seva, there is preaching Seva, everything is there. So that is all meant for the service of Krishna. Parikramas, publishing Seva, Nagar Sankirtan, so many Sevas there, all meant for the satisfaction of Krishna. Collection Seva, begging Seva also, everything is there. So, but here, he was relieved, God, Swayambhuva Manu. And son accepted, now it is his duty, given by Supreme Lord. Iti ha vava sa jagati patir ishware cha yadhi niveshita karmadikaro kila jagad banda dvamsana paranu bhavasya bhagavata adi purushasyangri yugala na varata dya nanu bhavena parirandita kashayashayo vadato pi mana vardano mahatam mahitalam anu shasasa. One example is also Gopal Guru Goswami. He was maintaining Radhakanta mat till the end of his life. Then he gave responsibility to Dhyana Chandra, his disciple. Then he had to take care of that mat and all the activities of the mat. Like that, our Parangurudev gave to our Gurudev that responsibility. And before Prabhupada disappeared, he told this Guru Parampara coming from Bhaktivinoda Thakur about pure devotion to Krishna, that should continue. You should vow to continue this, and there are many among you who are qualified for doing this. He did not say any particular like successor, like Acharya, only Acharya, though he gave some hints before that some are qualified. So then one Acharya was selected, and it was going for some time, but then another one qualified person, they're all Manjaris from Golok Vrindavan. So he said that we cannot stay under this such mood. Then they wanted to take some property, so ultimately that was divided into few sons, not only one son, but few sons, and some other sons, means disciples of Prabhupada, they made their own missions from 0 point. And so it spread so much. Outwardly, some say they like disobey his instruction, but it is not correct. Our Parangure said it is not correct. If they would disobey the instruction of Guru, then such preaching success which came after could not be possible. One who is Guru Aparadi, he has no spiritual strength. He cannot practice, he cannot preach. But so much preaching is everywhere going on by the grace of Prabhupada. So it was his will like that it should spread. So many sons got inheritance, spiritual inheritance, and they spread very much. Following the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrata fully engaged in worldly affairs. Yet he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are the cause of liberation from all material attachment. Although Priyavrata Maharaj was completely freed from all material contamination, he ruled the material world just to honor the orders of his superiors. Mahaprabhu also told to Raghunath Das Goswami, now you are not qualified for that Paramahansa stage. You have to go to your house and do household duties, and you do bhajan inside. Then you can come out when you will be purified. So Priyavrata also he did as a duty, but inside he was always thinking of Krishna and doing everything for his satisfaction. Antare nishta karo bhajye log vyavahar. Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Das Goswami, inside you keep faith in Krishna, outwardly you behave like others, normal, varna ashramis. So he was king, kshatriya duty he was doing. Atha cha duhitaram prajapatir vishwakarmana upayeme barhishmatim nama tasyam uha vava atmajan atma shamana shila guna karma rupa viryodarandasha bhavayam bhabuva kanyam cha yavi yasim urjaswatim nama. Thereafter Maharaj Priyavrata married Barhishmati, the daughter of the Prajapati named Vishwakarma. In her he begot 10 sons, equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity, and other qualities. He also begot a daughter, the youngest of all, named Urja Swati. So he had 11 children, 10 sons, 1 daughter. And he was pure devotee. He was following the order. Our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our Gurudev, Kamala Manjari from Goloka Vrindavan, our previous Gurudev, prominent in our Guru Parampara, 7th Goswami, he wrote more than 100 books and preaching everywhere, and he had 13 children, 9 daughters, 4 sons. 9 daughters means 9 forms of devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Padasevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. And one eldest son died. The eldest, once he became very sick, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur arranged for all kinds of treatment, English medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, everything, but nothing worked. Then all family members, the daughters and brothers, they were chanting Harinam, and Bhagavati Devi, mother, she gave him some Govardhan Shila Charanamrita and some prasad like this, because nothing else worked. So he was feeling little better, more peaceful. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself wrote in his one article, then Bimala Prasad came, fourth son. That is, fourth brother, but there it is meant Bimala Prasad. He was not the youngest. I think he was second or third. So there Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote, then Bimala Prasad also came, and he started chanting Harinam with prema, with love, with prema, means without offenses. He was chanting. Then at that time, this eldest son, his name was Achyutananda or Ananda Prasad, he was like becoming very conscious, and also he was chanting, and some tattva siddhanta was start to come from his mouth spontaneously. And tilaks appeared on his body miraculously. Tilaks, Ramanuja tilaks. From nowhere, like just appeared, 12 tilaks. And he was speaking Siddhanta, and he told, actually in my past life, I was in Ramanuja Sampradaya, but I committed some offense to Gauriya Sampradaya, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. That is why I had to take another birth and in this family, so that I can clarify my offense, and especially to this Bimala Prasad, I committed offense. So then he said that this is true. Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different, and that everything you can get by chanting Harinam. So I was very fortunate to be born in this family, and I heard now pure chanting. By this you will get everything. Like this he was speaking. Then he left the body, like miraculously. So there Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote that Bimala Prasad came to chant with prema. He's a small boy, because he is from Golok Vrindavan, Nayan Mani Manjari. So by this he was purified of that offense, and he spoke Gauriya Siddhanta there to clear his mistake of offending. So sometimes in next life also they will have to clarify some offense. Sometimes in this life, sometimes in next life also it can happen. Like that Babaji, he was thinking something strange about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Why he is speaking Bhagavatam, he is not wearing tilak like this. Then he got sick, then Jagannath told, no, this was aparat, you have to beg forgiveness. He did, but here you see, in next life also possible. So our Gurudev told, if anyone has anything against Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then he will not get anything. Means he will have to become purified of his offense, maybe in this life or next life, if he will want to progress in devotion. Because Prabhupada also made so many like so-called innovations. They are all mentioned in Shastra, but they were not in use before in Gauriya Sampradaya. So many were against his things, and that is not good and like this. But one day they will have to beg forgiveness if they will want to go further in their bhajan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, he was household. Our Gurudev played this pastime of doubting. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, why, how he is our Guru? We left our houses to join the Mad, and we are doing bhajan, living household life, but his householder, how he can be our Guru? This sort of thinking was in his heart. Then our Parangurudev understood it, and he told him, you read Kalyan Kalpataru here in front of me. Then he was reading that Kalen Kalpataru songbook of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he got all ecstatical symptoms, our Gurudev, and he could not speak further. So much ecstatical symptoms, voice choked, and all appeared, crying, shivering, everything. Then Parangurudev told him, now you can understand who is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He is from Golok Vrindavan. His writings are transcendental writings. He's only playing the pastime of householder here, but he's transcendental. So our Gurudev, many times he told us all this. He told you should have faith in Bhaktivinoda Thakur. If you don't have faith in Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then everything will be 0, 0, 0. Agni dhare dma jihva yagya bahu Mahavira Hiranyareto Gri Ta Prishta Savana Meda Tithi Vitihotra Kavaya Iti Sarva Evagni Na Manaha. The 10 sons of Maharaj Priyavrata were named Agnidra, Idmajihva, Yagyabahu, Mahavir, Hiranyareta, Grita Prishta, Savana, Medatiti, Vitihotra, and Kavi. These are also names of Agni, the fire god. Etesham Kavir Mahavirah Savana iti Traya Asan Urdvareta Santa Atma Vidyayam Arba Bhavat Arabhya Krita Parichayaha Paramahamsyam Evashramam Abhajan. 3 among these 10, namely Kavi, Mahavir, and Savana, lived in complete celibacy. That is, this word Urdvareta means their semen is always going up, not down, but up to the brain. That is celibacy. Thus, trained in brahmachari life from the beginning of childhood, they were very conversant with the highest perfection, known as the Paramahamsa Ashram. Then tomorrow we will further hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Parangurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guruvare ki Jai. Jai Shri Panchatattva Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashanakari Shri Nrishinga Dev ki Jai. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda ki Jai. Jai Samagata Bhakta Brinda ki Jai. Jai Shri Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Gaur Paramanande Haribol. Thank you all. Dandavad Pranam. Haribol.